So there are typically staples at each corner of the can, the syrup can cover that is on the 3-pound package. And again, out of respect for the Postal Service, beekeepers are usually pretty serious about making sure that those are quite stable. And then okay, so once we remove this lid, we have our queen cage, as you see, is stapled, the strap here, and then there is a can of syrup here that we will be providing. This has been the food that the bees have traveled with, and we will provide whatever remaining syrup is in that can. Now, I'm going to lift this 3-pound package up, and once I remove the can, you know, we'll try to move fairly quickly. So we want to keep as many of our components together in an easy of course I have a jammed can. There we go. Woo. Are you curious, doggy? Can't get this. More than one edge of the can up. This might be boring until I get this thing off. You see how it's like telescoped down in there? Oh wait, grab me the pliers. Sometimes these things get wobbly, but when we actually get this bad boy out of here, you'll see there's a frame inside that holds the can where it's supposed to be. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just flip it all upside down? Which we might end up having to do. Which means that I end up pouring bees over my hand. So let's see. Do you have another set of pliers?
Yeah. You need 2?
I can't get more than one edge of the can up. This is what I have to slide out. It's like a telescoping function, right?
Yeah.
So if I can get, oh, I got it. I got a good grip of it. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Now we're going. All right. So as you pull your can out, you're going to have bees attached to it. So you just want to be slow and confident and gentle in your behaviors, your movements. There we go. Welcome home, ladies. Okay. So we've got our can tip sideways. They're in the bottom.
You can see the bees flying around.
Right. So now what we're gonna do, let me get on this side, whoops, is this is our queen cage. And the queen cage is really the direction to the bees of where they need to be safe. So they have acclimated to this queen during her entire trip. Let me see if these pliers are going to serve me better than my pocket knife. So they've gotten used to her, and they want to be close to her, and that's part of why inside the hive, or inside the 3-pound package, you see them kind of balled up on one side there. There we go. Now I've got my staple up. Super, super big bummer if you let your queen cage drop into your package. So really be mindful of that. All right, so we've just freed our queen. So we don't have a staple. Oop, there we go. Okay, so now, here she is. Isn't that beautiful?
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, we even have a drone. Look.
Huh.
Drone. Okay.
That one.
So, ready?
Right.
All right. So now what I want to do, oops. Try not to rattle my queen too much. Now we want to remove that strap that was transported with, because actually we're going to leave this on until we figure out how to get it wedged between the frames. So there are two sides of the queen cage. Our queen bee is in here, and she's quite young. She has sort of a small abdomen, but very beautifully active and a gorgeous color. And you can see she has several attendants who are live, and they look fantastic, which is always a really good sign. I'm sorry, I'm putting her in the shade so she's not blasted by the sun. She spends very little of her life in the sun. So what we want to do is, we notice that the queen cage is three areas open, and one is filled with a hard candy. At the end of the cage, there is a small cork that I'm gonna go ahead and just poke right out here. All of the poking and prying of the bee goods. So, so tiny little cork, and we see that there's a candy fondant. And what we want to do now is we are going to transfer the bees that are in here in the 3-pound package primarily into the cavity here, and then we will wedge. Oh, look at how excited they are. They've found their queen and they're already coming over to her. So we want to get this to where we want the bees to hang out at, and we want the sugar side in, and it has to be situated such that if any of the attendant bees happen to die before the container, the candy is opened, that the queen bee is able to get past them, that they will not block her way. So we're going to wedge our cork removed queen cage in between our boundary here and the rest of the colony. That's going to give them a decent bit of surface area that they'll still be able to have a really fantastic pheromone exposure. And then this other end here, it will provide them with an adequate amount of access so that they can clean that candy out. So for the moment, we're gonna set our queen aside here, and we're going to just go ahead and dump these bees over. Anybody that ever tells you that you need to dump and shake and really like work to get the bees out is probably not somebody that you want as a beekeeping mentor. You really want to be gentle with your bees. You can give them a bit of a jolt, but doing anything that's going to cause a lot of concussion to little insects. Woo! Just got one in the hand. All right, so let me show you this stinger now. We've talked about during the sting that we need to scrape it out. So we're gonna scrape it out sideways. And just go about our business. So, okay. All right. And what I want to do is kind of get these guys over here. See if that'll hold my queen cage for me.
It did. You see the queen over here, surrounded by the worker bees. And when you zoom out, you can see the bees are flying everywhere. Which is very, very, very interesting to see.
So what we're gonna do now, as I stated, there is absolutely no reason for us to be in any kind of rush. So we're going to allow this 3-pound package to kind of transition out naturally and get closer to where their queen is. They can smell her, they're excited about that. And we can see, if we look in here, that a nice sized cluster is starting to gather around her. So we are going to get started in our other package and let these guys make their way over.
Exactly.
Okay.
You can see that they are gradually moving into the hive.
See how they're right around that queen cage?
Right around that queen cage over there. See the distance off. The queen cage is at the corner over there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's very interesting. At the beginning, the bees of the two hives will apparently visit each other.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.